warnings are absolutely everywhere. As I mentioned earlier, I drove in through South London. It was like the first lockdown. Nobody on the streets, very few cars on the road, people not even out in the parks. And it seemed to me that whilst it's hot, it's a dry heat. It's not an unpleasant heat. Indeed, I worked in these temperatures when I went to Strasbourg every single July, and life seemed to carry on as normal. Quite why in a country that obsesses about climate change we have tarmac melting at Luton Airport is quite beyond me. It doesn't do that in the Middle East or elsewhere. So my view on it, common sense view on it, is I'm sick to death of being told it's going to snow, stay at home. There's an Atlantic storm coming, please stay at home. There is a risk to life, and now with this heat wave. And whilst I accept it's exceptional, aren't we slightly overdoing it? Well, joining me is Professor Liz Bentley, a British meteorologist and Chief Executive of the Royal Meteorological Society. Liz, good evening. Welcome to the programme. I know these are exceptional temperatures, but isn't the hysteria, isn't the fear that's being spread by government and by meteorologists, isn't it just a little bit over the top?
So I don't think so, because it is exceptional heat for us here in the UK. So temperatures today reached 38.1. That's very close to our all-time record of 38.7 recorded 3 years ago. And tomorrow we're going to go even higher. So temperatures forecast to be over 40 degrees tomorrow. We haven't seen temperatures like that in the UK. And as you said earlier, we haven't got the infrastructure here in the UK to deal with those temperatures. You know, average temperatures this time of year should be about 23, 24 degrees, and our infrastructure really just can't cope once those temperatures creep into mid to high 30s.
No, I mean, that is, of course, a source of embarrassment. As I say, you know, going just a few hours away to Strasbourg, I don't remember roads melting or trains not running or, you know, when these are very, very normal temperatures. And OK, we're not perhaps equipped to cope. But when it comes to saying to people, stay at home, you know, even for fit, healthy people, these are dangerous temperatures. Liz, I mean, my view is, and I repeat the point, it's a dry heat. Humidity feels quite low in the air. And provided you're sensible, use sunscreen, wear a hat, drink some water. Shouldn't people actually be out going for a few hours a day to enjoy this exceptional weather?
Well, we do have, I mean, the science does show that if the temperature gets above about 27 degrees, then the mortality rate increases, not just in this country, but elsewhere as well. And I think it's just been sensible, hence the warnings that were in place, the red warning from the Met Office because of exceptionally, you know, unprecedented temperatures. As I say, we're likely to see records being broken tomorrow. And then the heat health warning as well, because when we get to those temperatures to mid to high 30s, our bodies really struggle, not just with the daytime temperature, but nighttime temperature tonight. It's going to be an awfully sticky night tonight. Temperatures not getting below 20, 22 degrees in places. We don't have air conditioning units here as they do on the continent, so we're really going to struggle tonight. The body will not be able to rest and recuperate before we go into another hot day, and that really puts stress on the vulnerable, the elderly, but even the fit and well people, hence these warnings in place.
No, I get it. You know, hot temperatures at night, no aircon, not much fun. Liz, a final thought. A story out over the weekend about a solar flare possibly affecting communication systems in Ireland. You know, I've watched other news channels where commentators, not even scientists, commentators have been telling us that this, of course, is all an inevitable part of climate change caused by mankind. Could it be that things like the sun do have an influence on temperature too?
Well, the sun obviously drives our energy system, so it's there for us every day. But actually, if you look at the trend of solar variation, solar flares over the last 100 years or so, there's nothing there to show that they've led to the increased global temperatures that we've seen. The only evidence that we really have that shows that global temperatures have risen by the amount they have is the greenhouse gas emissions that we as humans have put in the atmosphere. It really is down to human climate change.